When I had the runny ears for several years, I really struggled with things because my ears were constantly caked on the outside with it was like hard crust, and they also broke out all around the top of my ears, and I felt so self-conscious at work. It really was difficult to concentrate at work because people would come in and you just thought that was the first thing they were looking at was your ears, and it really was very downheartening, I need to say. Because of the runny ears, I just was not allowed to wear hearing aids of any sort, and I really struggled because I had no hearing at all. One of my biggest disappointments was when I was banned from swimming. I wasn't allowed to get any water near my ears, I wasn't allowed to put anything near my ears, touch my ears, anything of that nature, just because of the runny ears. So it was a sheer frustration trying to cope with how my ears were dictating my life. When they fitted me with my Baha, it was like a light switch being switched on. I could suddenly hear it work again. I could join in conversations at work, and I could focus on my work. And at home, suddenly my family would talk to me again, and it really was so good to be able to hear conversations. I think they chose to avoid the conversations simply because it was so difficult, because I didn't hear them, or they have to say it so many times. So I maybe felt left out. And all I can say is that the Baha revolutionised my lifestyle once we got it fitted. My ear started to dry up relatively quickly after that. I think they also did a bit of an ear operation when they fitted my Baha. And I was allowed to go back swimming, which I really loved. I used to go every lunchtime and enjoy my swimming. But it changed my sleeping pattern. I was able to sleep at night because my ears were now dry. My advice to anybody with runny ears is to speak with your audiologist. See if there's alternatives available. As I say, I kept quiet, didn't know there was such a piece of technology available. Had I known, maybe I would have had the confidence to push and find out about it, but I didn't. I would take the chance and speak to your audiologist if you're struggling. Don't just think about the GP, think about your audiologist.